Hey, this is Dayton with Hedgewood. We're out here on our BOHN project designed by Steve Basic, going for passive house standards. I'm out here with Tim and Jared with Real Green Solutions. I want you guys to run over the equipment we've used and findings.
So what we've done is we've taken and done a standard blower door test on this using two different meters, a DG700 and a DG1000. So to perform this test, what we do is we use a large fan in the door. We bring the house down to a vacuum pressure of 50 Pascals. And when we do that, we measure how much leakage goes through this fan as we keep it at that pressure. What we got was a 0.02 ACH after all of the calculations are done. That's really super low. Typically, you might get down in the 0.1, 0.2, 0.3 range. This is incredibly tight, almost airtight. I've been doing this particular business for over 17 years. I've probably tested in the neighborhood of around 15,000 houses over that time period. This is the lowest house I've ever seen.
Yeah, this is almost unbelievable. I mean, I don't know that anybody's going to actually fully believe that we've got it that low, but we've definitely taken the details to a different level on this place, and it's nice to know that it showed up. You know, it mattered. The way I've described this house is essentially a house-sized Yeti cooler, fully sealed all the way around, and any openings are completely gasketed and sealed and locked up tight.
Yep, that's a really good analogy, because like I said, I served in the U.S. Navy on submarines. That's probably the only thing I've ever been on that was tighter than this house.
Some of the details we've got here, obviously got zip sheathing, fully taped. Every single nail has been fully sealed, liquid flashed. We ended up using several different kinds and realized they're all basically the same. We've got Sega Fentrum tape all the way on the outside as well as tape the inside. So everything essentially has 2 to 3 backups, including around the sill of the house. We've got 2.5 inches of insulation under the slab. We've got a radiant heating setting on top of that, then concrete on. Insulation comes up the sides on our slab stem wall, so there's just zero air seeping through this base plate, which is inherently the leakiest part of a house, other than poorly installed windows. If your design goal is a really tight, energy efficient house, one of the things you must do is simplify the design. So John, the owner, and Steve Basic designed a very simple box. It's barn influenced, got lots of outdoor living space, lots of pass-through windows and doors, but what we accomplished with that is very few corners. That's where the failure points happen, both on the roof, on the outside corners. We were able to just have very manageable connection points. I don't think there's any other way we could get anywhere close to this level of efficiency with more of a typical contemporary house design. We did something slightly different with the monitor, so we monopoly framed the entire house. When we got to the monitors actually has a vented attic. To manage that air gap, we brought the air barrier inside. So the ceiling inside the house is our air barrier. It's a fun problem to solve. We actually used our zip sheathing and taped that. It actually comes on the inside, and then the upper deck is fully vented, again, for moisture issues. It just minimizes any potential for problems down the road. We've got 2 ERVs in the house, one for each side. It's a bit overkill, but at the same time, we've always got a backup. We've got fully dehumidified HVAC system. We ended up with 2,800 square foot house. We've got about 2.5 tons of cooling, which is on ducted mini splits, so they can step down as needed. They're just perfectly matched systems. One of the goals has been to build not only a really tight house, but a very safe, durable house. We are in Tornado Alley. We had 2 massive tornadoes within the last couple years. So we built a house that is capable of withstanding anything other than a direct hit from a massive tornado. One of the tricks to that is a double base plate, because the sheathing is what creates your primary shear factor on a house. By giving it a double connection point, you significantly increase the attachment points that minimize any failure of the OSB sheathing. That, and then we've also got 2.5 inches of insulation behind this, so that separation from the wood and the sheathing could potentially be a weak point, so we more than compensated for that. We've tied everything down. These plates are dropped into the concrete stem wall 2 feet. They're every 4 feet connection points. Every single stud is tied to the plate. Every stud is tied to the top plate. Every top plate and rafter is tied to the top plate. The entire house is incredibly well connected from below grade all the way through the roof. When you take all of this together you get a house that is exponentially more energy efficient. You can just manage the entire envelope and environment. You just have to pay attention. And that's where Hedgewood has really kind of found its niche. We just pay attention and care about the end product, and you end up with something really special. Our goal is always not to build a house for 30 years, it's 100 plus years. I want someone in 100 years when they renovate a house to look at it and think, who the heck was this guy? Who built this house? This is something special. We don't see this around much. Every house is different. It's got different nuances to it, but there's some fundamental truths that are necessary. Even down to our HVAC system, it's perfectly designed. Vanguard did a phenomenal job of perfectly tuning the system for us. And then we had Jewel Mechanical locally install all the equipment, and it is beautiful. Just perfectly installed, minimal runs, straight runs. We can get around them, service everything very easily. And that's fun too, to partner with really good subs that care about the details like we do. It just makes the work environment fun. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So really appreciate you guys coming out here.
Oh yeah.
Tim, tell us where you can find you.
We service all of Middle Tennessee and parts of Alabama. You can reach us at 615-589-9600, and our email is Myers, M-Y-E-R-S, at realgreensolutions.net.
I'm dating with Hedgewood, hedgewoodbuilders.com, Hedgewood Builders on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. Check us out, give us a call, love to help. Thanks, man. I really appreciate your time.
Oh yeah, me too. Thank
Jared,
you.
Thanks, buddy.
So much.
Yeah.